the final topic in the show. It's about Godzilla versus Kong. There's an article came out saying that it's made a profit already. They're championing this movie. It's an absolute success. It's a spectacle. Look, man, I've not seen a movie yet. I'm looking to get into the theatres hopefully in the next month or so when they open up and watch this movie in a theatre. I refused point blank to watch it on a streaming service, to watch it on a tiny little screen. It's fucking sacrilege to watch this movie, let alone recast Black Panther. To watch this movie on a small screen, I ain't doing it. I want to see it in a theatre with a booming sound system. That's how it was intended. Preferably IMAX if I can get my hands on an IMAX ticket, into an IMAX in general if they're opened. But they've been, I'll read the article. They've been championing this movie. That's not even the word, championing this movie. And its success at the box office. I'm going to get into why this it winds me up a little bit more than it should, because Tenet, we'll get into it. According to a new report, Godzilla vs. Kong, as of this writing, has amassed just shy of $358 million at the global box office thus far. That includes $70 million from domestic theatres. It is extremely important to note that the movie is available on HBO Max in the US at no additional cost to subscribers, so that number is particularly encouraging as it signals people are ready to return to theatres. It is encouraging. It's a sign that people are ready to get back to normality after this shit show of a virus buggers off. If you've been familiar with news in Britain, you will see that people are out having a good drink and having a meal down in London, and you've got the little bitches sniping at them on social media. How dare they go out? They're selfish. They're killing people. They're not. 70% of the country's been vaccinated. They want to get back to normality like I do. So this is a good sign that people want to get back to theatres. I do agree with that. What I don't agree with is the numbers and how they're working out a profit for this movie. Overall, it's expected that $131.4 million of the money will make its way back to the studio. The movie, $131.4 million will make its way back to the studio. How the fuck is that a profit? That movie has had a bigger budget than that. No way, man. It carries a $160 million production budget. How's 150? Oh, it's killing my brain reading this. The absolute stupidity of this. How the fuck is $131.4 million against a $160 million budget a profit? It's $28.6 million less than what the movie cost to make. That is not a profit. That is a loss. Marketing was estimated to be in the 70 million range. So 70 million plus 160 million budget is it's 200 and I can't. My maths are terrible. 200 and what? $30 million. It is not a profit. Other revenue sources as follows: 60 million from international TV deals. Right, blah 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 blah. It's $386 million. It's grossed $358 million. You take in theatre cuts. You take in production budgets. You take in promotion. It is not made a profit. They are talking utter shite. And I'm going to quickly search up what Tenet made, because that get branded a failure. It was an absolute shambles for Nolan. It was a shambles for Warner Brothers, because it was in the midst of a pandemic last year and he wanted people to go to the theatres. He wanted to save theatre companies, and it get branded a failure. So let's see. Box office: Tenet, $363.1 million. So it's earned $3 million more than Godzilla vs. Kong. It was a failure. Disaster for Warner Brothers. Godzilla vs. Kong makes a profit. Incredible movie. Success at box office. You're seeing the absolute disgrace in the reporting. The just contradictory reporting. I love Tenet, man. I'm biased. I don't know where I'm going with this. It's got nothing to do with Godzilla v Kong. I'm not shitting on it. It's just the reporting, man. You know, it's not made a profit. That's what I'm saying. But look, I'm going to round up. There was another thing before I move on. There was another little thing. The producer was out speaking about potential spin-offs. I can't even read the quote though, so I can't speak about it. Needless to say, he says there's lots of room for sequels, for spin-off movies within Hollow Earth and all of these shenanigans that they could do with these next movies. I says this, one of them was playing coy. I think it was the producer of Godzilla vs. Kong, says he didn't know whether there was going to be a sequel to this movie. I says at the time me and Stephen spoke about it, I think it was last week, I says absolute bollocks. There will absolutely be sequels. I've not seen the movie, so I don't know if Godzilla or Kong bit the bullet, but I would imagine they didn't, because they're box office gold. This guy's now confirming that there is scope, there's appetite for sequels, so shock horror. But that's going to round the show up, man. I'm done.